habits that I have that do not serve me or make me boss up or will make me a millionaire, I want to leave it in the past. Why? Because you should always be progressing. You should always want better for yourself. You should always want to excel and exceed abundantly. What you gonna do? What you gonna stop doing? What you gonna start doing? What you gonna continue to do? Like, let yourself know. Write it down. Hey, I'm going to stop giving unnecessary comments my attention. I'm rebranding, creating a new me every single year because I want to progress every single year. And that don't mean act funny. That just means to rebrand. What's up, sister girls? It's your girl, The Naturally Summer. Back at you with another episode, okay? If you're new to this channel, this is where we talk about all things motivation for the girls and the girls only. It's a niche over here. We don't do the boys. No boys allowed, all right? This is where fitness, femininity, and frontal lobes meet, babe, okay? Use your brain. Think on it, all right? We're going to have fun. We're going to be informative. And if you know somebody who needs to see this video, send it to them because TT ain't got time to play. Today, we're going to talk about how to reboot, rebrand, and rebuild for 2026. Every new year is a restart. Every new year is a reboot. Every new year should be a rebrand. You shouldn't be in the same place you were last year as you are this year or this coming up year. You want to become who you need to be to succeed for your future. You want to follow God's plan. You want to use your discernment to make sure this year is the most memorable, the most respected to yourself, and the most resourceful year that you would ever need. I want to make it a strong point that every year we are born again into the best versions of ourselves. Born again into the best versions of ourselves. You're going to rebrand every year. You're going to reboot every year. You're going to reset every year. Let's think about it. Let's backtrack. Let's analyze and assess what's going on within this year. So to start, 1, you know TT's going to only give you 3 tips, not 5, not 6, not 10 or 12, okay? Only 3 because it's all you can remember. I got a little Malone special, so I understand, okay? The first thing you want to do to reboot, rebrand, and reset is to cut cords. Think of it as this example. You taking your knotless braids out, right? You're going to go all the way down. And sometimes I'm a little delusional and I go all the way down. But you're going to go until you see your hair. You're going to go until you see where your hair disconnects from the extensions. You're going to cut that piece and you're going to throw it away. Simple as that. You're going to unbraid your braid, get to the top, take the extensions out, and boom, what do you have? New hair. Obviously, I hope you got some new growth. But you're essentially cutting what you had before. You're essentially cutting off the fake. You're cutting off what you don't need no more. You're cutting off what is old. You're cutting off what's a little dusty. You cutting off what you need to redo again. Okay, take them braids out and go get some more. Even if it's large, knotless, small, knotless, medium, we gonna change it to a stitch braid, to a butterfly braid, okay? And that's just the example. When you cut cords, you want to cut cords with self-sabotage, bad habits, unneeded relationships and situations that give you an illusion of support, lack of work on self, lack of self-care, lack of self-forgiveness, okay? We're going to cut all cords with things that are holding us back within 2026. Cut cords with them friends you're not friends with no more. You don't have to be going out with them just to be nice. You don't have to be nice. For what? What is that actually doing for you? Go back and audit. If you go back in one of our old videos, you would see how to audit those relationships with people and things that do not serve you anymore. When you're cutting these cords, it's making you available to rebrand, reboot, and reset. Cutting these cords is going to be able to free you from an extension that is keeping you behind and not letting you succeed, keeping you behind and making you still hold grudges, foster bad habits, making sure you're not doing making sure you're not doing what you need to do because you, mama, are that girl. I want you to cut off all things that do not make you that girl. Simple as that. I want you to cut off all cords that's not going to boss you up. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you want to cut off something that does not boss you up? Because I want to be a millionaire. And if any relationship situations or any negative energy does not serve me, even when I'm talking to myself, even habits that I have that do not serve me or make me boss up or will make me a millionaire, I want to leave it in the past. Do this reboot and cut cords every single year. You change consistently. You change every 6 months. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago. Why? Because you should always be progressing. You should always want better for yourself. You should always want to excel and exceed abundantly. You always want to search for the Lord. You want to ask, pray on it, baby. Pray. Lord, please allow me to cut cords that you know is unpurposeful for me. Lord, please allow me to discern and understand, what do you need me to do to be successful? What do you need me to do to serve you? What do you need me to do to be at peace? What do I need to do? Ask them. And ask yourself as well. Write down the list. Write down what bothers the living crap out of you. What bothers me is negative people. I will cut negative people off so quick. It's okay to vent. It's okay to have a moment. But when you're continuously having a moment, I'm not your therapist. You can go get one, but I'm not your therapist. And baby girl, foster that. Do not let people use you for your advice. Do not let people use your positive energy. Do not let people suck up your energy. Do not let people drain you. If they're draining you, what do you have for yourself? Then that's what causes the lack of self-care, because you're always pouring into somebody else when you need to pour into you. Let's reboot. Let's reset. Let's rebrand. My second tip, create a brand new you. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Create a brand new you, mama. Okay? If somebody be like, oh, you acting different, show lamb. Why? Because y'all was running over that other girl. Y'all not gonna run over me. I know how to say no. I know boundaries. I know how to have respect for myself and my future. I know how to listen to my daddy. He told me to cut them cords. I'm rebranding, creating a new me every single year because I want to progress every single year. And that don't mean act funny. That just means to rebrand. This is my example of rebranding. Got a new position at my job. I swear it is so fitting for my personality. So what I did to rebrand myself into that role is I brought out more of my personality. I brought out what I wanted to see in that role that I applied for. I made sure I fit the standard that I was making and to exceed more than what they expected me to be. When I log on to work, I make sure I'm showing up as that master in that role. How I rebranded from that, I used to show up to work tired, not wanting to be there, wearing my pajamas, not replying back to emails, not responding to messages. But to rebrand that, I made sure I flipped the script. I made sure I got where I wanted to be, to shine, to overflow with my personality, to make sure I knew where I could fit. That all comes with being self-aware. You have to be aware of oneself. Being aware with how you feel, how your body feels, how your mind is reacting, how you're speaking to people. That's being self-aware. Go back and audit everything that you do. Why do I have bad days? Why do I think negatively consistently? Why do I do these things that I do? Write them down. Get a therapist. TC didn't say that before. My therapist has helped me out a lot, but I'm here too. You make choices to do what you want to do. You choose to be lazy. You choose not to do your meal prep. You choose to make bad decisions. You know what's right from wrong. You clicked on this video, so you got some sense, and I'm pretty sure you know that. But you choose what happens in your life. The choice is yours. Now, some things we can't harbor over what we can't control. Now, I get that. But the choices that you make within your lifestyle are choices that you made. Singular, oneself. Be aware. Learn from those decisions. Learn from the history of your decisions. Hey, backtrack. I made this bad decision before. I got an apartment in Midtown for $2,300 a month. Could I afford it? Maybe. But do I want to save to go on a trip? Yes. Fixing your priorities is also a part of being self-aware. Being self-aware that you need to fix your priorities is self-awareness. Going over oneself and seeking one's self-awareness is the reboot and the reset. Going back and making sure that you're auditing what has happened, what's going on with you personally, will make sure that you are able to move on and move forward. Moving on and moving forward is learning yourself more, being patient with yourself, giving yourself grace, giving yourself the power to be over oneself, giving yourself the power to complete and analyze choices that you make. Start over. It's okay. If you haven't been to the gym all year, rebrand, reset, go, just go. We've made a video about that too. Make sure you just get up and go. If you're in a bad relationship, cut the cord, baby. Reset, reboot, rebrand. You're not with him no more. And I hate to say it, y'all probably don't even like each other. Don't roommate with that man if he don't like you. Move out. Get your own stuff. If you don't like where you're living, create your own situation. Make sure you're making choices that align with the values of what you want. Make sure your choices align with the values of what you talk to your daddy about. Just to slip this in, this might be a good moment to go through your closet and throw some things away. Everybody does it every year. A part of my rebranding also was changing my wardrobe, making sure I was wearing outfits and pieces that match my personality, making sure I wore outfits and pieces that were appropriate to go to the office in, getting away from the cheap Fashion Nova pieces and maybe going to J Lux. You know, not breaking a bank, but making sure that you're dressing to who you want to be, creating that character, creating that you that you always dream to be. The girl you dream to be next year can happen today. And I say that so many times because it's easy for us to set a goal. Oh, 3 years from now, I want to have an corporate job and working somewhere I love to be. Why you can't work on that today? Why do you have to wait 3 years from now? You don't make the time. Your daddy do. So let's make sure we're just making the right consistent choices and analyzing what we're doing to our lives to make sure we're moving forward. Number 3, for the reset, reboot, and rebrand, I want you to question yourself. Take out your iPad. Take out your notebook. I'm sorry, it's not 3. But it's 4 questions I want you to ask yourself before you start the rebrand, reboot, and reset. Number 1, what was your lowest point this year? Number 2, what did you learn? Number 3, what was your highest moment of this year? What are you going to start doing, continue to do, and stop doing? Those 4 questions are basic analyzations of going into the new year. These 4 questions will have you deeply analyze your year of 2025 going into 2026. Using the history of oneself and one's self-awareness will make you understand what you need to change. Writing it down, making it plain, making it simple is easy to go back to make sure you're making progress. Actually, writing something down, to me, helps the brain to remember what's going on. Helps the brain to remember that this is the task that I want to complete. These are things that I want to change. These are things that I want to make better. Going over your lowest points in the year is going to help you analyze what happened. What happened before I got to that low point? What decisions did I make that I should not have made? What decisions do I not need to make again? When you write down that lowest point, go back to how you felt. Go back to how bad you don't want to be there again. Go back in your mind and tell your future self, I won't do this because it went this way. What would you tell a friend if you were talking to them and they told you their lowest point? Talk to yourself as if you're talking to your future self. How would you fix that situation? Where did it come from? What would you do different next time? Let's think about your highest moments. Go back to how you felt in that highest moment. Go back to how happy you were. Search for the history. Search for how you got there. Thank the Lord, okay? Show gratitude to your daddy, please. Because every high moment is a blessing. I'm not saying low moments aren't, because sometimes blessings are in disguise. But we're going to show gratitude, peace, and be grateful for those moments, high or low. A reboot, rebrand, and reset. A reboot, rebrand, and reset always needs what I'm going to stop doing, start doing, and continue to do. Because that all aligns with how you're going to live out this year 2026. What you gonna do? What you gonna stop doing? What you gonna start doing? What you gonna continue to do? Like, let yourself know. Write it down. Hey, I'm going to stop giving unnecessary comments my attention. I am going to stop letting people drag me down with their negativity. I am going to stop letting people drain me. I am going to stop procrastination creeping up onto me and ruining my day. I am going to stop being lazy. I am going to stop complaining about things that I should be grateful for. I can move. You can move in the morning. You have movement. You have breath in your body. You have self-awareness to click on these videos and make sure you share them with somebody else who needs a motivating talk, who needs a pat on the back, who needs a kick in the butt. We all need somebody. What am I going to continue to do? I'm going to continue to speak life into ones that I love. I am going to continue to pray. I am going to continue to read my Bible. I am going to continue to love on my loved ones because they are still here. I have a mother, a father, and both grandmothers, and all my siblings, and a beautiful boyfriend. I want to make sure I continue to love on myself, to treat myself right, to give myself self-respect, to have self-awareness, to make sure I'm fueling my body with great fruits and vegetables and protein, to make sure I'm getting out here to talk to my sister girls and to make sure they straight. That's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to continue to do that because I have the history that is making me better. This is resetting and rebooting that I need to continue. What am I going to start doing? I'm going to start showing up more for myself. I'm going to start showing up more for my family. I'm going to start showing up more for my job. I am going to have a better relationship with food. I am going to wear my real hair all year. I am going to start making sure I'm consistent with projects that I start. I'm going to make sure that I start living out my purpose. I just want to remind you, when you reboot, reset, and rebrand for this year, show up in every room as you are. Shine the light. Turn the light on. I don't care who says, turn that light off, it's too bright in here. Shine the light because you never know who else needs the light. Go in the room and cut the light on. Maybe the big fans too. Whoever closes their eyes is not meant to see your light. Whoever complains about your light is not supposed to see your light. But that doesn't stop you from shining. Don't let people intimidate you. Don't let those who are intimidated by you break you down and make you feel less than, or make you feel like you're just doing too much. You're not doing too much. You're being you. Everyone should be unapologetically and uniquely you. There's no copies of nobody out here. Everybody has their own life. You can't take somebody else's life. You can't live somebody else's life because it's already taken. Take you. Foster you. Love on you. Reboot, rebrand, and reset. This year will be a great year. This year will be a successful year. This year will be a year that you will remember because you're here with me talking to yourself. I mean, if you made it this far in this video, I want you to make sure you go back. Take those questions down. Respect yourself. Audit the year that you've had. Make sure you are ready for a reboot, rebrand, and reset. Okay? Make sure you're ready to do these things because if not, it's okay. It's okay. You're not on anybody's time but you and God's. That's a relationship between you and him. I remember when I first started college, I knew I wasn't ready to start college. Then what did I do? I went to the military. That gave me time. That gave me time to analyze, to learn myself, to grow up, to mature, to know what I wanted to do without wasting my time in school, or not even wasting my time trying to figure out what I wanted to do in a limited amount of time, because society tends to pressure us for no reason, pressure us into things that we think we should be doing when we're not ready. If you're not ready, that's okay. But make sure you go through and you audit that 2025 year. You make sure you go through 2025 and say, you know what, 2025, you're almost done. And if we want to make 2026 a better year, let's wrap this up in the right way. Okay? So, if this talk needs to be sent to any of your other homegirls, go ahead and send it to her. Girl, watch this video because you need a little word too. Bing, bada, boom. I know a couple people who I'm sending to. You feel me? So, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can watch other videos related to self-motivating, reboot, rebrand, and reset for 2026. I wish you guys the best of luck. I love you guys. I want to be here to support you guys, to cheer you on, and to make sure my sister girls is all in the chat. All right, baby. Bye.